Doctor, today we're actually going to show you and explain to you the set and the guitars and what they mean to us. And we're going to have Tim Pate here. He's been with Fest, and he's going to sit here and explain the guitars and where they came from.
Oh boy, that was quick.
Yeah, we're going to put you right on the spot.
I know. Okay, my name is Tim Pate. I've been with Seattle Hemp Fest for 20 years. This last year was my 20th year on main stage, and my job with Seattle Hemp Fest is to be the grand prize committee. And so I also run the raffle crew from main stage. And many, many years ago, we had the opportunity to have a prize, and it was a car. And Skyner had painted it, and it was gorgeous. And a week before we were going to give it away, it burned to the ground. And whoa, that's like, that didn't work out. The next year, we had a motorcycle. And we were going to sell tickets, but the motorcycle never showed up. Right? And so it's like, I went to Viv and I said, Viv, I think I can do better than this. Let me come up with an idea and I'll come up with something. So I decided, hey, how about we start giving away guitars from main stage and we have everybody sign them. It was on main stage. And that idea was a winner. And so now the guitars behind me represent guitar number 19 and guitar number 20. I've been doing this a long time, and all of these guitars have been signed by everybody who plays on main stage for many, many years. We've had the most important speakers, the brightest stars, the youngest children who just got cured from cancer. It's been an amazing event, and from my perspective, being on stage between every act, I've gotten to meet them all because they all come over and they sign the guitar, and then we try to raise money with it. So every once in a while, somebody wins, but every once in a while, somebody walks up and puts a lot of money down and wants to demand the win. And that's my friend Anthony right here. Anthony is a lucky man. It's as simple as that. He's a lucky man, but he knows how to go about it because he decides, I want this, and he puts the money down. And he supports Hemp Fest, and we really are grateful for that. And so last year, he got this beautiful guitar right here. This is a guitar from the Lure. Okay, that's the name of it. The guitar. Okay. Now, you go ahead and do that.
Go ahead and hold it for that.
Now, let's take a look here at some of these. Let's start with here. Here's Rick Cusick. At the time this was signed, he was the associate publisher of High Times magazine. There's Dana Rohrabacher. That's Congressman Dana Rohrabacher. He's the one that wrote the speech for Ronald Reagan when Reagan was in Berlin, and he told Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. That wasn't supposed to be in the speech. And Reagan was reading off a teleprompter. And he put it in, and they said, remove it. And he didn't remove it, and he left it in. And history was made. And I love that story. He and I have some other history that goes back as well. He's one of the two people, in fact, excuse me, those are the two people who have played this guitar. And that's it.
I remember that.
Otherwise, this is a virgin. Now, everybody else, I've signed this. There's Tina Hendricks right there. There's Vivian McPeak. There's me, Tim Pate. There's Neil Storm. Oh, my word.
And then on the back, there's a whole...
Oh, yeah, let's turn it over. All around it. Everywhere. There's everywhere. Oh, see this big L right there? That's a little 4-year-old boy, or actually he was about 5 years old, I think. His name is Landon, and he just couldn't spell. He had childhood leukemia, and cannabis was his medicine, and he doesn't have childhood leukemia anymore. And he came up to sign the guitar, and he starts with a big O-L, as you can see, big O-L, and he doesn't have room to do anything else, and his mama stepped in and helped him finish. But that's the story of this guitar. It's a beautiful knockoff F-hole. You can see the F-hole right there. And then we go to this one. Just like it, only more. I mean, this is a gorgeous guitar, and we just covered up it's same story. There's Jim Matheson from the Herbivores right there on the neck, where he belongs. There's Rick Steves, the Travel Channel. Really nice. There's Tina Hendricks again. She's become our opening act now, permanently. She replaced me. I was the opening act for 18 years. So she has helped me carry on that tradition. This is, as you can see, it's just covered. It's just covered by every band. One of these bands, in fact, is involved in the United States Supreme Court battle. The Slants from Portland. Really? Their suit to continue their name, they were refused the ability to trademark that name because it was racist. But they're all Asian men who make great music, and they considered it a stand of pride, and so they called themselves that. And so because of that, their case has been picked up by the United States Supreme Court. So anyway, this is covered by a lot of history.
Oh yes,
I mean, it just really is.
History.
Yes. And there it is right there at the top, the Slants.
There it is.
See? Anyway, Anthony won both of these 1 year after another, and he promises me this next year he's going to put money down to do it again.
I'm going to win the third one.
You know, if he does, he'll get my admiration and thanks for the support and appreciation for everything.
I don't see why anybody would want to help support HempFest. I mean, of course, their main goal is to knock the cannabis off of the Schedule 1 narcotic.
That's
right.
That
right there is the main goal. I mean,
well,
why
that's
should it
part
be
of
on
it.
there?
It's a hemp fest, though. To me, I serve on the Administrative Rules Committee for Industrial Hemp for the state of Oregon. And being clumsy as I am, I've got to look out. So they don't let me around any farm equipment.
We're good.
Which is really wise. So what goes on there, though, is we wrote the rules that govern the law that we finished in '09. Because our laws were on the books before any other states for industrial hemp, and we predated the Farm Bill that allowed those 10 states to experiment with their state universities and such. We don't need to do that, and we are good. There's somebody at the door, so we're going to answer the door. Hey folks, see you later.